morning, everyone. It's Melissa from Generation Studio and Shop coming at you this Friday morning. I'm still working on this 4-drawer dresser. We're doing it in the Real Milk Paint from the Real Milk Paint Company. And I have a lot of projects going on here, so I need to get this one finished and tidied up here a little bit because I'm moving in a full dining room set tomorrow with all the chairs and everything, and I have a kitchen going, so I need to maneuver things around. To some, this may look like a hot mess right now because I have a lot of things on this on the dresser, but just with my medical issues and stuff, it's just been put on hold for a little bit. So anyway, this is part 5 of this. You can go back and look at the other parts on where we've come so far with this dresser. All you have to do is put in part 1 and put 4-drawer dresser or something, or just look in our videos and it'll bring you up to this point. Now, what I have going on today, I know I mentioned to you guys keeping the old hardware. I am still keeping the old hardware, so I took all the screws and everything out of it, and I have it cooking. I don't know if you guys can see back here, but I have an old crock pot that I use specifically for cooking my hardware, to cleaning it up and everything. And what I'll do is I'll just cook it in there for a couple hours. What I like to put in there is just water, heat it up on high, and I use Barkeeper's Friend, and just put a little bit of that in there with it, stir it up. So that stuff has been cooking. I will turn it off, let it cool down, and then scrub it with a toothbrush, and we'll be good to go. And at that point, I'm going to decide whether I want to spray paint it, you know, to a different color or not. I think I am leaning towards that, but it just depends. Here's the, in case you haven't gone back to look, this is the hardware. So it's actually it's in good shape. It's very pretty. And then the knobs are this. So I'm going to place those in there and let them cook for a little while. Just be careful because sometimes the lid's high. Okay, so they're in there cooking. For some reason, I thought I put them in there. Now, one thing about milk paint that's really great, we are using Riverstone for this 4-drawer dresser, and I only mixed up maybe half of this container, and I don't know why, but you seem so far away from me today. I only mixed up about half of this container to start out with, and I got 2 coats on most every part of this, but as you can see, I've run out. And the great thing about milk paint is you can go back and just mix up as much as you need at any time. So I'm going to use the same container. I'm not going to wash it out or anything. I'm going to take about a level, I think this is about 2 tablespoons. I think that's what that measures out to. Just make sure that you dry your scooper out before dipping it into your dry milk paint. And I'm going to put the same amount of the powdered milk paint in with the water. This already has the marble in it. As you know, the Real Milk Paint, they all come with 1 marble and is to use as an agitator. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the lid back on and shake this a while, just to let you know what else I have going on. There's a little bit of detail. It's actually a pretty plain looking 4-drawer dresser, but one of the drawers has a little bit of detail, and I thought it would be fun to make that a different color. So I've already mixed up 2 different colors, and I didn't want it to be really bold or anything like in your face. I just wanted it to be a little bit different. So what I did was I went ahead and mixed up just a tablespoon of the French Gray and a tablespoon of the Black Iron the same way. I'm not shaking it since it was such a little amount. I just put it in these little containers and stirred it with my stick. So I'm going to be doing that today on the drawer, and then I'll use the rest of this to finish where I didn't get 2 coats on yet. And then after that, we are going to be using good old brown wax. I will distress it in certain little areas first, just around the high edges as where you always want to distress, and then we're going to use the good old brown wax to wax the piece and seal everything. At the very end, sorry, you guys are probably just hearing me shake this. At the end, I'm going to go ahead and finish the top, and I'm going to use a golden pine on that. So I will film that as I do that as well. But for right now, that's what we're doing today. As I showed you, this is the French gray, and it's just I didn't even measure, I just like dumped it in there. And that's the great thing about milk paint. You can make it to any consistency that you want. This is actually sort of runny, but it'll work for what I want to do. And I'll pull up the drawer and show you what I'm going to do that for. And then I mixed up a little bit of the black iron, and you can see that it's just a little, I mean, it's a tiny bit, and I'm going to put that on one of the edges here. And then when we sand it down, it'll look really great. But this is the area that I'm talking about right here. So I'm going to do the French gray here in the center, and then I'm going to do the black around this, and we'll see how it looks. The great thing about paint in general is if you put it on there and you don't like it, you can change it. And it is so easy to change out. So that's where we're at today. And I'm going to start doing that, and I'll see you guys back on the flip side, okay? You guys have a wonderful Friday. Take care.